Hi, guys, and welcome back to Finding Your Indie. I'm Bonnie Paulson.
And I'm Mandy Stevens.
And we're here today to do a brand spotlight. So what that is when we look over a brand, a pen name, and we tell them what they should or shouldn't do, what we think they're doing right. It can be long, it can be short. We're not sure. We're just getting started into looking at these for the actual videos. Now, we do these as brand consults, and we usually do an overall thing, and it usually takes about 6 weeks to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and sum it up rather quickly. We're not looking at their newsletters. We're not looking at their websites. We're not looking at their social media. We're literally looking at just the products. All of that other stuff would take a lot longer.
I'll say this is the light version.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, spotlight version. I like that. That's really cute. Okay, so what we're going to do is this author, normally we would have the author come on with us like what we did with this video up here with Aria Bliss, where we did her ad account audit. But this author wants to stay anonymous. So we're going to do the brand, or we're going to do the pen name. We're going to show you the stuff, but you won't see the face that goes with the pen name because, again, this author wants to stay anonymous. So once we get into that, we'll tell you the things that we think that they're doing right according to the brand that we identify. We'll tell you the things that we think that they should do, and then we'll have a list of action steps, just like we did at the end of our ad account audit. Okay, so here I am. We are on the Amazon store page for this author, and this author's name is Taylor Blaine. And we can see they have their logo here. We can obviously see that they're going to be doing an avatar since it's a pen name that they want to stay private. And if you haven't seen these new Amazon author pages, they actually look really nice. I really like the layout and stuff, and I'm glad that they did this because there's no extra stuff. There's nobody else's books on here. This would be a great place to be sending people to check out your brand. There are also bought items on the bottom, kind of like remember the also bought that we used to have that were really cool, but now they have authors. So we're just going to go up here to the top and we're going to start breaking this down.
All right. The covers are really clean. I like that. They're easy to read. They're easy to read in a thumbnail, except for maybe the box set, but I mean,
other than the box set, agreed.
Yeah, those are nice.
It's hard to tell the guy on the cover. It's hard for me to see what the brand is just by looking at the cover. I mean, like what the genre is. I can see it says, "I love bad boys in sports. Why not put the two together? SpaghettiOs on plot twist, build my joy." I get it, but it doesn't really tell me what they're doing, like what they're writing about. There's bad boys in sports. Does that mean that you write hockey romance? Like what is this?
Yeah.
Because then you come down.
Yeah, because if you're not on the main page and seeing the boxing gloves that you can tell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can tell.
But the other ones.
Yeah. But again, it feels like the branding is spot on. Like everything's hot pink, black and white. Like everything is. That's great. I think that's
He does not look like a high school boy. I will tell you that. At least not high school I went to. So
yeah, right. I was just thinking he
looks closer to 30.
Yeah, he does. And
he plays a high schooler on TV.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, he's a high schooler on TV. It does say that these are academy books, and then it says bully romance, and then bully here in a high school romance. So yes, I agree with you. He is way too old to be on the cover, especially unless, of course, it's like age gap. But then why is it a high school romance? That doesn't fit the trope of bully, right? So
yeah, and these look kind of spicy too.
Yeah, they do look spicy. And I don't know if they are spicy or not. Okay, well, should we go into one of them? Let's go into this one.
Yeah.
Let's just look at book 2. It has excellent ratings. That's really good. 4.3 out of 5. Okay, the covers aren't too bad on this, but I don't think she really looks like high school. She might with a lot of contouring.
I've seen some of these high school girls, and I have high school girls. She could pass. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard to tell. So this cover isn't, I'm not going to say it's terrible. It's easy to read, like we said. It's fine. Like the cover's fine. I like how the blurb is set up. I do like the use of white space, and I like the dark, the bolding. I think that's awesome because it makes you, when you use bolding on these types of things, what happens is it forces the eye down. It forces the reader to actually look for, and they subconsciously are looking for the next bullet. The next bolding. I would think something in here though, like that would probably be appropriate to bold. The blurb is pretty good. I mean, seems like it's strong enough.
I would put a tagline at the top and
agreed.
It, but I really like how she has her other books listed there too. It looks good.
That works. Yeah, that does work. Looks like a long series, comes down more in the series. This works. There's reviews. Like obviously this is stuff that's outside of her control. Good reviews though. That's always a good thing. Let's look at book 1 since that's the one that we would say run ads to. Okay. Still good reviews. Let's see. 4.2. That's still good. So I would think, again, the cover. Oh, they've got a guy in the background of that one. That actually looks kind of cool. Okay.
He
Definitely
almost looks like a high schooler too.
Yeah, he does look like a high school, not like the guy in the other series. That's okay. So I think that would be my first action step. What do you think? Make sure that covers are age appropriate. They look like they're age appropriate. Not that the covers aren't beautiful. It's just that for the guy on the rivalry series, I think that's what that was, rivalry series, the rival series, whatever it's called. I think that he's a little old. So if you do want to have a guy on the cover, go for younger. And we'll check out maybe some other bully romances, high school romances, and see what they look like currently. So we can kind of recommend for some market adjustments. But for right now, let's start with that. Need to make it at least look like it's genre appropriate, YA appropriate. Okay, this is not bad, but like you said with the last book, it probably needs a hook at the top. The bolding is great. Okay, so this right here where it says kick ass, that's going to be a problem for running ads. And here's why. Facebook, their bots run, they cut out the cussing, and sometimes they scrape the landing page to see if there's cussing. I don't know if they do it every time, but I do know that I have had issues with that on some of them.
Yeah, I have had too. I'm like, but people are usually really receptive about changing it so they can run the ads.
Yeah, exactly. So I would definitely say change those if you're going to be running ads.
Yeah,
the reviews look good. Like we said, they look strong. See, is the author 14 years old? Well, that one. Okay. There's like some good reviews.
That's because they probably picked it up thinking it was for, somebody who's 30.
Yeah, exactly. So that does need to be addressed. So make sure it's more age appropriate. Let's go down and look and see.
It does say high school apparently, but
but the cover maybe doesn't. So, okay. So I just clicked into teen and young adult contemporary romance ebooks. So let's look at what some of the covers look like. So here you have some where they don't have anybody on them. There's nobody on the covers.
Yeah.
So that might be more age appropriate. This one, she's in a school uniform. Okay, that's age appropriate. So yeah, it looks like the covers might need a little bit of a refresh. Yeah, there's a lot in here that are.
When did she publish those? It was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it looked like it. Let's go back and see. Hold on.
Every once in a while, you have to refresh covers just in general. 2019. Okay.
Was that what it said?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2019. Yeah. So this one's ready for a refresh. I agree. So Taylor, for your action step, refresh your covers. Okay. Let's go back to Taylor's.
And and those have good fonts on them, and I like that. It's nice and clear. So maybe just change out the
background,
cover models, which is probably hard to find sportsy women, in general, I would think.
Yeah, especially high school aged ones. Yeah. So maybe consider that, or look at maybe doing like this right here is kind of cool with the whole boxing gloves.
Yeah, in which we saw number 1 and number 2 were both items, So.
Right. They were non-people.
That's a good idea.
So that would probably work. Okay. I do notice that this series has, and the only reason I know this is because the name of the series is very easy to read on the cover. So that's good. And that's on this box set. This series doesn't seem to have a box set. So maybe clean up that, add a box set. That would help. Then it looks like I know that this one came out. I was looking before. So book 1 came out after. So this series came out after this series. Okay. So let's look at book 3 and see when the last time was that this name had a release, because that will also play a role in it. 2019. Okay. Ooh. So this name hasn't had a release in a few years. So if this author, because the main reach out point that this author did when they were asking us was, should I just let this pen name die? Should I try to get some more books out in it? What should I do? The reviews aren't bad. They're not bad.
There's 2 series there that are complete that you can sell.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't expect to make $1 million if you're not releasing, but you can definitely make some money because they're complete series.
Yeah, exactly. Put a box set up on this one, get really solid to market covers. And I feel like maybe this author could start writing some more and put some more up. So I'm not sure if it's like where they're only wanting to write bully romances or if they want to get into more YA, but there are other styles of YA that are being popular right now. Feuds are always great, but you do have to keep in mind that when you're doing bully romance, it tends to be kind of darker and a lot more sex. And I'm not sure if that's what this one is or not. So that needs to be something to be kept in mind. Yeah, let's go back to that author page. But ultimately for our spotlight, for the light version, I think that just starting with there and then maybe having another premise that would probably be strong. like I said, I usually read bully romance, and these wouldn't grab me with the covers. Maybe the colors would be attention grabbing, but they're not going to be what's going to grab me. But a box set might help, like we said, getting more on brand with the covers, and maybe having a release would probably help.
And then I see that the ones that came out first are $4.99, and these are only $3.99. So
maybe some consistency in pricing too.
Yeah,
they're all in KU.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some great places to start. Now, I'm assuming, this is what I'm just going to say, I'm assuming, and if you're not doing this, Taylor, I highly recommend that you do it. You have a website or a landing place to send people. You have a newsletter going, and you have a Facebook page. If you're going to be running Facebook ads, you're going to need a Facebook page. Once you clean up all that, the blurbs look good. You just need a stronger hook, like a hook at the top, that you can be using in your ads. And then what I would do is, like we said, maybe find a cover designer and really get in and make sure that these look appropriate for the genre, for the subgenre, and make sure you have a release, like get something coming out soon, because as of right now, this is an obsolete brand. Wouldn't you say, Mandy? It's
been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. And you can try to revive it, but even if you do revive it and you do all those things, it's really hard to keep a brand going when there's no new releases.
Well, yeah, I think that you could definitely start it again, but they're going to read these 2 series, and they're going to want more books. So
more books. Yeah, agreed. Or a new release might bring them into your backlist. This is a backlist, guys. If she adds another box set, this will be 2 box sets and 2 full series that are finished. That's a lot of assets to be pushing and to just let them sit there. That seems like a waste.
Yeah, it is a waste. It is a waste.
So maybe put out, even if all you do is release on 1 series this year, 3 more books this year, but still the first half of the year, if you release 1 book or 2 books or 3 books, whatever, just keep it going, be consistent in what you're doing, whether you are doing more high school bully romance, whatever you're going to do be consistent and try to release more, because the readers are out there and they want the books to read. So if you're looking like you're getting pretty solid reviews, find the tropes that work for you and satisfy those tropes. Mandy, do you think there's anything left we need to say about that?
Her covers are good, just not for bully romance high school, but they're nice. I mean, I would stop to look at the second,
I like the colors,
like, hey, but I'm like, oh no,
that's not what I was expecting. So, yeah. So, okay. So that's what we would suggest, Taylor, is you start there. Once you get there, go ahead and reach out to us. And if you want to do a refresh, and I'll let Taylor know too, if she wants to do all those things and then maybe do a follow-up video, we'd love to have her back and see if anything has changed, and maybe if she has any releases coming. So, man, that wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. Thanks, you guys, for joining us. Don't forget to check us out on we do this on the second Tuesday of every month. We're going to be doing a brand spotlight. If you would like to be featured on our brand spotlight, check out the link below and submit your name, and we will reach out to you and see if it's something that we can work in, maybe work a schedule together. And don't forget to join our free Facebook group, as well as sign up for our newsletter. Hit like and subscribe, and invite a friend, because it's always better succeeding with others. Guys, remember, make sure you have a goal and you're being consistent to your brand and you are having fun.